drinks of it.
Really? Not dang. Well, what's going on, guys? Episode number 18 coming at you. We're here to talk about Brad Bowden's weekend. He went to Benton and won again another Cotton Bowl. Was it Cotton Bowl Cup? Is that what it's called? Cotton Bowl Cup. Plus, we got plenty more things to talk about, but excited to be here once again. I think we're getting pretty good at this now. We've been doing this for quite a while.
We act like we are.
We act like we are. I feel a lot more comfortable at least. But anyway, well, start us off, champ. Flip flop. Hang on, Brad Bowden, the flip flop champ, the Cotton Bowl champ, the what else? We've won a bunch of other things too. Seemed like this year.
Farmington race winner. 2-time Farmington race winner, I guess. Be the best way to put it.
I mean, Tony Stewart followed you this weekend.
Well, Tony Stewart Racing did.
I'm telling you, I told y'all earlier this year that there's gonna be another TSR car.
I didn't feel so special when I looked through who else he was following. There was a lot of racing people that he's following. I was like, I'm not singled out here at all.
I actually went to look it up, and now that we're talking about it, I mean, they're only following 1,800 people though.
It's a very select list.
They have 111,000 followers, and you're one of the 1,800. That's
select
good.
list there, you know. But yeah, we went to Benton Speedway last night, Sunday. We were originally going to run Saturday, but the rain came through there Saturday. We ended up running Sunday, so we went up there. Supposed to start at 4 o'clock. We got started closer to about 5.
Hold on a second, Will. Can you turn the volume down on that thing? That's gonna bug me sitting there listening to us.
This is when it pays off not
there
to be able to hear.
Yeah, I hate the echo. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
That's all good. So yeah, we actually Peanut drew the number 3, so that's going to put us on the front row of the heat race.
Does he draw every time, or do you do it?
He draws.
He draws every time.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, he draws. He goes and pays entry, and he'll draw. But then I was in the dreaded 3rd heat race of this again. Like I get on the front row of the heat race, but I'll always end up in the 3rd heat race every time. So it's no passing points, straight up. So I win. The best I can start is 3rd, pretty much. And so we go out there. They get the track prepped, and I mean, it looks like it's going to be pretty good. And they start going, and it blows off pretty fast. So I go back, and we put some older tires on to go hot lap. It probably wasn't the stagger that I wanted or anything, but I just didn't want to scuff up a new tire in hot laps.
Yep.
And so we went out, and the car actually felt pretty good. I think I was close to like 14 inches of stagger, which is way more than I wanted. But it actually felt pretty good. So I was like, maybe a little close here.
And it was blowed off.
And it was blowed off.
I mean, it's got real tight corners, but still.
Yeah, it would rotate. It would rotate it pretty good. So then, of course, we come off. I make all these changes to the car, and they go out with a water truck after the fact and start watering the top and watering the bottom, which they got the bottom back a little bit, but they watered the top, and it sits in the shade. And so this massive curb starts building up right on the wall.
Yep.
And so I called Brian Bell, my secret weapon, and we just I discussed the changes that I made.
He's in the chat. He's listening.
Okay. And then we just, discussed the changes that I had, was thinking about making from hot laps to the heat race. And he basically, told me, well, I think you'll be fine. Just do what we just talked about and go out there in the heat race. And so, of course, in this heat race, I got Joe B. Miller in the heat, and, he's probably one of the best in Missouri, for sure. So I'm thinking, I mess around, I'll run 2nd, and I'm going to be starting 6th here. And so, get the jump on the start of the heat race there, and just start ripping the top as hard as I can for 8 laps, because I know he's going to be back there hunting, and ended up was able to win the heat race. So that was going to start us the 3rd, and Gage Montgomery won the 1st heat race. He's supposed to be on the pole. And so I go to look at the lineup just to check it over one more time, and I noticed that Gage Montgomery's not on the pole anymore. Joe B. Miller's not on the pole anymore, or not starting 6th anymore. They're like 18th and 14th, and there's a bunch of cars back in the back. And so I'm like, what is this all about? And so the larger point that I'll talk about after I'll explain the weekend, I don't want to get too deep in the weeds, but there's a big scale controversy that we'll talk about in just a minute. So anyways, this big scale controversy has got people moved to the back and stuff. And so that ends up putting Seth Paulus on the pole of the heat, and Dylan DeJernin, which actually Dylan won the second heat race. And Dylan's been racing for like quite a while. I don't know if you know who he is, but he races around Missouri a lot. And it's taken him a while to get up to speed, I guess you could say. And I was watching the first heat, and Zach Dom's like out front. And I could see Dylan like inching up and eventually passes him. I'm like, holy hell. So I was like, where's the fast line? Because Dylan, I've never seen him run the top, honestly.
Yeah.
And he takes the lead. So luckily Brandon comes running up, because I was thinking, oh, I got to get to the bottom. You know, Brandon comes running over. He's like, Dylan just passed to Dom on the top. Dom was running the bottom. So I was like, all right. So that's what led me to the heat race, just ripped the top the whole way. So ended up being Seth Paulus and Dylan DeJernin on the front row. And a newer guy named Lee Phillips, he started on the second row outside of me. Then Zach Dom was right behind me. And so basically from the heat to the feature, I didn't make any change. I tied the left front shock down a little bit more because the curb was getting really big and getting right up on the wall. Basically, that was the only change we made. And so we start ripping the top and get going. First, when we were lining up, I kind of like rolled the bottom, and I was like, man, it felt pretty good. But it was just super black, and I was like, there's no way you're going to be able to keep up with the top. So we take off, and Seth Paulus, he's just running the bottom, and me and DeJernin are up on the top, and I finally get a run on Dylan, and I go to kind of slide him, and I don't make it, and I kind of die out in the middle. Well, Seth's like pulling away from us on the bottom. I was like, there's got to be something. So I just switched my line up, moved down to the bottom, and get to about the center, and you pick up the rubber. I was like, okay, so that's where we're at. Yeah, is we're rubber down here on the bottom.
That was one of my questions, because I could tell it looked like it was.
Yeah. So I didn't think it was going to. I mean, it was black, but it wasn't like, that super dark black. It was just kind of like a little bit shiny. It had been that way all night. It really hadn't changed at all. And I thought it was going to take a bunch of cars to go down there to turn it over, but it only took there was probably in the beginning, a handful, 7, 8 cars that were on the bottom. And so we start rolling the rubber, and I'm kind of driving. I'm kind of in a protective mode. I'm driving more defensively, like kind of chopping my corner entry and a little tight in the center. And we have a restart with about 7 to go. And he's been killing me on the start. He had a 360 in as well. And like he would kind of choke us down, and his car would take off way better than mine. He would kill me on the starts, and I kind of get some ground back. So we have about 7 to go, and we go to take off on the restart, go down the front straightaway, going 1 and 2. Coming out on exit, he kind of misses the rubber, like gets too low and gets in the dust, and it just kicks him around. Yeah. And it's just enough to where it kills him, and I'm able to get a run up next to him. I just kind of dropped it in right above his right rear, and he kind of had a bad angle and kind of slid up, and I just was able to dime him back under him. And then, just getting the rubber and staying the rubber the rest of the feature after that. And so was able to, about 6 to go, get the lead and just able to finish it off and get my 4th win of the season. And it's pretty satisfying. There were some really good cars there.
Yeah. Joe B ain't one to play with. You was talking about the heat race. I mean, when you got guys like that good, and they're behind you.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure.
It's tough to be the one out front, the rabbit, because you don't know what they're doing, and you're just guessing.
Yeah, you
don't
know
guys.
You don't know if you're going hard enough.
Yeah,
or,
guys like him, they can watch you and they can figure out some kind of weakness or figure out how to make it better, and they can run you down in a minute.
So it felt good to win that race. Brian really, I was kind of game plan I went into is I was going to try to just do it on my own. Like, I ain't going to call him. As soon as I had to holler, I was like, screw it. I got to call him. I can't do this on my own. I got to call him. But yeah, it worked out. I got my 4th win of the year. And so it was pretty satisfying the year kind of started off slow rolling and trying to figure the car out. And I feel like we finally found like a box to stay in with it. And to get it to where it just make small little changes, no matter I kind of ran a similar setup to Farmington a little bit. And so I just kind of find the little box just to work inside. We finally found that, last 2 months of the season. So hopefully we can.
Car, it's a whole lot easier to make.
You find that just make little small adjustments and don't get crazy, and it makes life a lot easier. And so hopefully we can carry that. Peanut was talking about putting a new car together, and I was like, I don't know. I think I might want to just leave this one together at this point.
You're not near as stressed. You just kind of know what these changes do, and it makes life so much easier.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So much simpler.
And so,
oh man.
But I also got to give a quick shout out to Seth Paulus as well. He raced Farmington most of the year, And from where I didn't see him race last year, previous year. This is the first year I've seen him race. And like from where he started from the beginning of this year to the laps he's making now, like he's improved 95% from where the first time I saw him race this year to now. And he was making really, really good laps. I didn't think I was going to be able to get him, honestly. He was rolling the bottom, the rubber way better than I could. You know, I just made that one mistake. And then once I got out front, I could kind of run my own race instead of trying to like run his race. I ran my own. But he did a great job. Like I didn't think I was going to be able to do anything with him. So I just got to give a quick shout out to him. And he did a great job. He was a little down on himself, but you know, if he keeps going in that direction, he'll eventually click off a win, you know, sooner rather than later. So
you just when you're leading on a rubber down racetrack, you got to know, just even if you have to slow yourself down too much, it's better to underdo it than overdo it in that situation, because more than likely they're not going to get you anyway. So just don't overdo it.
Have to mess up really bad.
And more than likely you're able to recover faster because you got all the grip in the world.
As long as you stay in the grip or close to it.
So do you want to get into what's the debacle? So
we've been reading. I want to hear about this.
We've been reading a lot of stuff.
What's the truth?
I know Scott Frazier had a big long post up today, and I sent it to you. I said, "Is this what you're referring to?" And
some
you said,
of it,
yes.
yeah.
So
there's a lot that went on. Said just outside the scale deal, there's more that went on outside of that.
Okay.
So first, when we get there, they have a lineup board showing all the classes. There's 8 classes. They have us last, running dead last. So enough people rallied the troops and went up there got us moved up to 4th. They come around, and I didn't even know we were 8th, honestly. And he was like, "Oh, we moved y'all to 4th." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Oh, nobody wanted the sprint cars to run last, so we moved y'all to 4th." And I was like, "Oh, I would have been mad if I'd have known that, because that'd have been a long night."
I wasn't even there, and it makes me mad that it was 8 classes.
And so that was the first debacle that got the night kicked off, was that. And let's see, I want to save the scale controversy for last, because it's the juiciest one and the best one. And like Brandon put this like salacious headline out on his Facebook. Brad's gonna tell us what he thinks. So not really what I think. I'm just telling you what I know happened, some facts that I know that happened on this thing.
That's what you think.
We'll get to in a minute. But then another controversy that's popped up on Facebook, and it's not just Ronnie and Susie have talked about it on Facebook, but I've had other people message me or come up to me after the races to talk about it. And we're skipping again. And so it was the payout was a big issue as well.
I saw the comments about this.
Yeah, and so the thing about the payout was it had been posted. Like I thought it was just a common thing everybody knew, because when we pulled in the pits and Zach Dom's there, and I saw where Joe B was coming, and then I saw Gage Montgomery was driving Paul's car. I was kind of shocked, because you know you had to basically win. It was $2,500 to win, $750 for second, $500 for third. I think it dropped to $300. Then everything else was like $225 to $200 for the rest of the way through. So the payout was really bad, and you know I'll give them that. Like the complaining, that's worth it, because the payout was bad. Like me and Peanut talked about it, and I asked him, like, "Do you want to go do this?" And there was nothing else going on this last race of the year. He's like, "Yeah, well, let's go do it. There's nothing else."
He's like, "You're gonna win it anyway. You're the guy now. You want to flip flop. You're gonna win it, right?"
Also Derek's there too, and so I rolled in there. I was like, "Damn, I can mess around and finish 6th, 7th, 5th." Like, you know, I was like, maybe $200. You know,
you went there to cherry pick. And you wound up showing up to a national show.
And so we so they had the payout controversy started after the fact, because people got up there and didn't know that they were getting paid so little money. But it was on their website, and it was on when they posted about the event. They posted, because originally it was like $50 to start, and they had enough people complain where they jumped it up to $200.
Golly, $50 won't even pay.
Yeah, they had like their regular $305 payout from second on back.
It pays for a pit pass and a half.
Yeah, so
you know,
maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So some people got to the pay window and was like, "What the hell is this?" You know. So that was another controversy that went on like that night. And then I've sent Will some videos of the Chase Howard was upset with some restarts that went on Saturday night, so I've raced up in the Missouri area all this year, Farmington specifically,
right?
And there's no cone. And so I've learned that the restarts are kind of a free-for-all. You know how on restarts, we kind of like to arc out, come down the hill.
Straight away and hit it.
When I've run Farmington, like especially if it gets rubber, we'll kind of start low or middle, something like that. And there was one time I kind of arced out, want to get a run down. Well, as soon as the leader like kind of got on the gas, they just filled the hole, and I'm just sitting out here on the outside. And so the first video is the start where Chase gets jumped, and he kind of does want to do the arc thing, and it's pretty close. Like the leader's almost about to pick up the gas, and then Asher and somebody else like just fill the hole there, and Chase is hung out on the outside. And
have they ever explained why they don't do the cone thing?
I just never done up there. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never known anybody to not have one.
I mean, you got to know when you round turn 4 and there's no cone out that there's something different.
If that's the rule,
honestly, then, I didn't know the first restart. I didn't know if there was a cone or not. I don't remember it being discussed, but and so the first couple of restarts, and you notice that there's no cone there, because one time I kind of got out and maybe a little bit of a nose there, like on the start, and so I just kind of try to stay on his right rear, not get way out here, because I just had it happen to me at Farmington and happened to Chase. Will, do you have that video?
I did not get it, but then I'm typing in the chat right now. What I'm doing is I'm posting the videos under the stream link on Facebook.
Okay.
So he's, if in case y'all didn't hear him, he's posted on the stream link on Facebook is where you can go watch these videos. So anyway, go ahead.
And so then they come back for another restart, and so Chase is probably 2 or 3 positions further back now, because I know Asher got under him, and then somebody else was going too, and they backed off and kind of let him in line. So like one car got him. So then on the next restart, Chase goes up to the outside, and before they even get going green, he's passed like 4 or 5 cars up on the top. He went to the top, like past 4 or 5 cars, and we get the green. Well, they throw the yellow immediately and put him back, but they didn't throw it for the first one, which, and I watched both videos. The Asher one's pretty close, but he definitely fills in the hole before he takes off. It's very, very close, but he does fill the hole up. And I think Chase kind of stood out more because he went more
blatant.
He went to the outside, and you're like, hey, why is that guy going way up there like that? And it just stands out more than just sneaking in on the bottom like that. It just stood out to you more when you watch both videos.
Did he wait till the lead driver?
He had passed about 3.
That's the other thing. If somebody fills a hole before the green goes,
that good mark of drivers.
But I mean, if you're gonna go outside and pass everybody before the green, you're gonna get flagged.
Yeah, the outside, like between 2 videos, like the outside just stood out to you more. You're like, what's this guy going up here doing?
Gotcha.
And so he had gotten about 3 or 4 before the green actually went, and so they called that back. And so, I mean, I kind of agree. Like the calls weren't made the same. It's a.
You just can't be as obvious.
There's still a difference. There's a difference between filling one hole and taking 4 spots.
Yeah, he was a little more blatant about his than Asher kind of snuck it in at the very last second. And so that was another little bit of a controversy. And I had to mess with Ronnie because, Ronnie's been pumping Benton
up
all the time. And
Chase, man, he was hard on Benton.
Chase made his post about flagmen need to be in the NHL and all this stuff. And Ronnie's having to be in the comments like, there's some things they could do better. I agree there are, but they're getting there. And Ronnie come over to us after.
Riverside 2.0, he ain't gonna race there either.
Ronnie come over to us after the feature, and I done read the comment stuff. He's walking up to me, and I was like, back to Riverside we go. Back to Riverside.
Come on back, Ronnie.
That was just another controversy. And then so after we stop on the front straightaway, and they won't let anybody on the track. They won't let anybody out on the track. We're way behind, so they just want me to get out, take a picture or 2, whatever. So I get in the car, and I'm sitting there, and I look across the exit there, and the top 4 are still like sitting in the exit chute, people standing everywhere. And one of the officials come up to me, he's like, we're going to get you a push truck in a minute. They're fighting out there. And I was like, oh, God. I'm just sitting on the front straightaway. They won't let Peanut out there to push me or nothing.
Really? Why? I mean, why?
I don't know. I was just sitting there, just on the front straightaway. And so apparently Keith was sending me some videos, and I hadn't got a chance to look at them or anything. But from information
Ainsworth?
from yeah,
Oh, okay.
so from some of the information I've gathered is the guy that Keith Ainsworth drives for and Jeff Asher don't like each other, and so they got together.
Sounds like grade school, doesn't it?
They got together on the racetrack, or Asher hit Keith and got him dialed out and spun out. They were spun out in the same corner at one point, and so I guess when they come off the track, that's what the scuffle of the Keith's car owner and Jeff Asher, I guess, were having a beef up there, and so that's going on in the opening. It's the same time as the Joe B. Miller fiasco is going on at the scales.
Golly, man, this is crazy.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on last night. So
you're the only one that left happy.
I called my dad today and I said, I'm looking at Facebook today and I think we're the only ones that had a good time last night. I don't think anybody else did. Yeah, and so we have this scale controversy that I'll talk about. So we have I'll try to explain the best I can. So the first heat race runs, and Gage Montgomery wins it. So there's a big thing in the comments, like they explain their thing. People in the comments are saying they didn't say go to the scales in the driver's meeting. They didn't say this over the radio. They didn't say this. Well, I was at the driver's meeting, and they 1,000% said top 3 after the heat, top 5 after the feature, go to the scales.
Well, that's normal too.
Because I was standing. I was standing next to Seth Paulus.
It's either usually the top 3 or the winner. A lot of times they just say winner to the scales. So either way.
So I'm standing next to Seth Paulus, and when they say that, the reason why I remember this because they said that, and Seth looked at me and he said, "I don't know why they're telling us to go to the scales because last time when we raced here, I pulled to the scales and the scale man was like, 'We're not weighing y'all. You don't have to stop at the scales.' But they told him at the driver's meeting to stop at the scales, and we haven't had to go to the scales there in the past either. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on that." But they did say at the driver's meeting, every class, sprint cars and everything, top 3 in the heat, top 5 in the feature. They said it at the driver's meeting. So I go up to watch the first heat race, and I come back down, watch a couple laps, come back down. I'm about to get in the car, and Gage Montgomery won. And I see him come off the track, and he just makes a turn and drives straight back to his trailer. Never stopped, never went to the scale, never stopped the scales. And I was like, well, I guess they're not making us go. I thought about what Seth said, and I was like, well, I guess they're not making us go to the scales. So we go out for my heat race, and we do the heat race. We get through on the heat, and they come on the radio. They said 7C, 51B, and 28 go to the scales. So when I come off the track, I got my brakes hot. I didn't have any brakes, and so I kicked out of gear. Honestly, I didn't really know where the scales were, but the victory lane and then the scales are right behind it. You come off the exit, the scales are like right here. And there's a victory lane thing right in front of it. So I kicked it out of gear just so I didn't hit anybody, and I kind of stopped right by victory lane. And then Keith comes around because I was going to pull in straight like this. Well, then the guy he's waving me like this to like telling me to turn around to go in a circle like this. And so I had to wait to get pushed around. Well, Keith comes off and he circles around. He's raced up there a lot this year. He circles around and hits the scales that way. And well, then Joe B comes off and he drives off the track, and he goes back. He goes to his trailer, and I don't know, it's 5-7 seconds something, and he comes driving back up to the scale. Well, they were parked way back in the back corner, so he had to drive a decent little distance to get to his trailer. And so he comes back and pulls up on the scales. Well, I didn't think nothing about it because I've seen tracks. I didn't think this was like the big serious show. A big serious show, like no sanctioning body, I guess you could say, was affiliated. So I didn't think
this was a track.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be a big deal, so I didn't think nothing about it. But he did go to his trailer, and then he comes back.
He hung some weights on his car, come back before he got.
Well, I mean,
that's the argument.
Yeah,
I'm with
somebody could chunk away. Somebody could chunk away.
They can fill the tank up to him. I mean, anything.
Yeah. So that's when I
got a lead-weighted steering wheel. They just swap it out.
Throw one out, get another one.
Anything you can gain weight.
And
so easy.
So they come off of that. So I just happened to look at the lineup and saw they were all in the back, and I was like, "What the hell is this all about?" Well, then there's a big group of people up behind the concession stand, there's a big argument going on up there. I walked up about halfway in the argument. There's a guy, he's dressing down one of the officials, like calling him everything but his name. And and they're just, but I don't know. So I don't know if the official said something to him first.
That
They got
always
him
goes over really
fired
well.
off. So I don't know how it all got started. But he's definitely dressing him down when I'm standing up there. And that's when Joe B's dad like kind of tells me that, you know, they got disqualified for kind of going to the scales, coming back type of thing or whatever. And so that's when I realized the
Going to
scale.
the trailer and coming back.
Yeah, that's when I realized the whole scale thing had happened. And so that's when I asked Seth Paulus. He was in the first heat race. And I've heard people say, because I had to tell somebody today, like, they told us at the driver's meeting, and they also called on my radio because they were saying none of the heat races got called. So they called on my radio. I can't speak for the other ones, but they definitely called on my radio to go to the scales. And so Seth Paulus, he was the one who finished fourth. Well, I forgot to tell you, the top three got disqualified because nobody went to the scales. And so Seth Paulus finished fourth in his heat and got started on the pole of the feature because he was in the first one.
Wow.
And I asked him, I said, did they say anything on the radio after the heat? He said, yeah, they came on the radio and they called out the first three numbers to go to the scales. So they came on the radio and they said that to go to the scales.
Sounds like a bunch of retards.
I was gonna say it. So to me, I haven't heard a fault of the track yet so far.
Well, that's where it just gets muddy because
They
people
put the payout out there.
I tell
I
you what happened.
and they said in the drivers' meetings for y'all to go to
yeah,
scale.
well, it just gets murky because, like, you get on Facebook and the people are saying stuff, and then somebody's like, "Well, that's BS," and they're saying, "Well, no, that's BS," and like, there's no evidence to prove who actually happened. That's why
I'll tell you exactly what happened. Everybody went to the drivers' meeting they've been to 50,000 times.
they don't
and
pay
didn't
attention.
listen.
You
They didn't
gotta
listen to
you gotta
nothing.
be
And
like
then
you gotta be
when they
like
got-
Brad. Brad's great. See, Brad's great.
He listens. He listens. Hey, that's
he listens.
and look,
There's a reason he's holding the trophy, isn't it?
that's what that's
you gotta. You just have. I mean, I said it to you, and I said it to you the other day before the race. I think it was when we were on. I said something about it's gonna be the same thing as always. Just go up there and listen.
Yeah.
Something, you know, I dismissed it. Like
He's
it's
talking
always
about-
gonna be the
He's
same.
talking about the flip flop when I was standing
Yeah.
around like this. Where's
I
my
know,
car?
I mean-
He was like, "Well, you need to go to the meeting just in case." He said it might be the same thing, but you need to go
Yeah.
just
It's
in
like
case.
I'm bad
You still
about
gotta
it too.
listen.
Like when I go to a Pete's deal, I kind of know what it's going to be, and I don't
Well,
hone it unless I need to know important stuff. But
I mean, this.
I don't know how
mean,
you miss it with your race receiver though.
Yeah,
I mean, unless you just
they probably don't have one.
well,
You know,
I said there's so many rumors floating around that I don't know what's true. I don't even know if I should speak on it. But like I've heard rumors that batteries went dead in race receiver, or certain person's battery went dead in the race receiver. That's why they didn't hear it. And which to me, like I'm crazy about my race receiver. Like I'll put a new battery in every week.
yeah, every night.
And when,
or every
sometimes
weekend.
when I've got in the car, I'm like, oh damn, did I plug it in? I have to like I put it right here and I have to unzip my suit, see if I
Yeah.
plugged it in. Did I put them in my ears? Did I do
Mhm.
that? Like
Yeah,
I'm freaking out about like especially with Pete's deal. When we roll on the racetrack, if Andy's not talking in my ear by the time I hit track, I'm like, oh damn, I didn't put it in. Like,
Yeah.
I freak out about that.
yeah,
That's one of the biggest things I check all the time.
yeah.
And so like it's still like on the driver's responsibility to make sure you know your radios work to be able to hear that information.
Yeah, and to be fair, talking about the Pete's drivers meetings, like Pete and them, they do drag it out a little bit. It does kind of get a little bit long. And it does get a little tough to sit there and listen sometimes. But because like ASCS or even the Outlaws, boy,
Oh,
they've
yeah.
got a clipboard and
I
they
don't
read
even-
it sentence by sentence. And all right, y'all got any questions? All right,
I know.
Good luck.
When I went to the one in Peevely, they routed it off. I had to ask. I was like, so what do we do? Because he did it so fast. I've
Yeah.
never been to one.
oh no, they do it
I
like
was
this.
like, I did not get any of that
Yeah,
information.
yeah,
right
they don't play.
You got a printout for me because
Yeah.
I did not know anything just happened. And so that that ended up being a big controversy. Well, then everybody gets on Facebook and they just start dogging the track, and they have pick a side. Like Joe B. Gage side is just like track's wrong, and then track side's like, oh y'all are, and it's just like this crazy fight that
That's insane.
doesn't have to happen.
Yeah,
Like let's talk about it normal, and let's find like a common ground. Like at the end of the day, so we didn't have a weight rule. Like it's an open 410 show. I get it. Like it's weird to make us go to the scales with an open weight rule. I understand, but
So what are they checking? Are they actually checking the weight?
they looked at the weight, but I don't know why.
Okay,
But
I didn't know if maybe they're just if there was a tire rule and they just checked the right rear,
no, it
left
looks like we
rear.
just rolled across the scales, and so I get that's weird. Why would we do
That
that?
is so weird.
But they said,
They
hey, go
announced
to
it, though,
they
so it
said
doesn't
go to
matter.
the scale. Like this is our rule, go to the scale. So you just had to go to the scale,
Oh.
And so so that
Will put a poll up, said, drivers, do y'all listen to the drivers meetings?
yeah.
I said it's the same thing every time, so no. That's
yeah.
funny.
And so and then
Anthony and them will be happy.
it's
with
just
you.
getting drug into the mud at this point. And in my opinion, nobody's winning. Like Benton's getting drugged through the mud. Like Joe B's kind of he's getting some. It's not a great look. Especially with, like this video's coming out now, and so Benton made a post about what happened when Joe B come off the track. And so I seen the video, and he comes off, and it looks to me like he's trying to make the hard right turn to go back to the scales.
Well, make it clear. So one thing, so it's the Benton's, it's the racers page.
Yeah,
It's not
Benton Racer Chat.
Yeah, it's a group, not it's not the Benton page, because he asked me if I'd seen anything, and I didn't see anything because I went to the Benton page. So the videos are not on Benton Speedway's page. It's in, what'd you call it?
I got it. Right
You've
here.
got it. It was
Benton Speedway Racers
Yeah.
Chat group.
yeah, but it's a group, and you've got to get invited to join it or
I'm
whatever.
sorry.
And there's a lot of stuff in there.
If you're trying to turn the car to the scales,
Well, so
why
that's
do you not kick it out of gear and lock it down?
well.
Or even if your brakes were hot, so at least kick it out of gear and you coast to where you coast to, and then like, hey, couldn't get her shut down in time, and they just right back. You didn't have to go to the trailer.
The only thing,
no, that's not
the only thing is. So I see a bunch of different points of view here. So when he comes off, he tries to make a right. Well, they let you bring your vehicles into the pits. And there's a bunch of cars sitting pretty close to the scales. And so he cranks it, and it's like going for these cars. And so he just turns the car back and drives out in the pits, and he does like this half donut. He kind of gasses it up. It doesn't look like super aggressive donut. It's just kind of like I spin it around.
He just helps
Yeah.
get it turned.
Kind of like just spins it around.
Yeah.
And there, and Benton kind of said like people were walking around in danger. I didn't really see any people walking close by when he did it in the video. So like it just kind of turns into this battle of things. And they didn't post the whole video. They said he kicked trash cans over and all these things. They only posted like half this video. The only thing I didn't love was he pulls on the scales. And then he gets out of his car and just leaves it sitting on the scales and walks away from it and just walks off in the pits. Like, just, be like, this kind of feels like a little disrespectful to us. Like, roll your car, let us get through and get done with this. Instead, we were sitting,
Yeah,
we're sitting
waiting
on
for somebody to move it.
we're sitting on the edge of the racetrack waiting for all this to clear out, basically, and, and
Sounds reckless.
It's just turned
chaos.
into-
Like
That's what it sounds like. It sounds
this
like
was
chaos.
absolute chaos. Like this should show all these people that talk about Riverside so much.
Oh yeah,
It ain't just
it's-
Riverside.
Oh yeah, it's
I'm
mass.
not going to side with the driver. I understand like kicking the car around or whatever, and he probably had complete control over that. But I'm thinking about all the time I was spending in the pits at Riverside and any other track. You don't know who's going to come out of anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've got to have your eyes on all the time.
Well, also, there's
I
no.
mean, I'm worried about my wife walking through there because I know hers ain't.
There's another thing I don't understand about their scale situation. I don't understand what you had, but the heat race we had to like make the turn to come back to get on the scales. We don't turn that way good anyways. Well, in the feature, Joe B did it that way. But they let everybody else go across just normal. Like, why can't we just go across normal? Like that could have saved all that from going on. Just let him pull on the scales straight off the track. I mean, he could have left the car sitting there or whatever. But and so yeah, I just I feel like the track is unfairly being drugged through the mud on the scaling situation because we were told at the drivers meeting and we were called out on the radio to go to the scales. Like that happened. Like that 100% happened. And it just, I don't know, it just feels like a bunch of unnecessary stuff. And like, it sucks because if I'm Benton, I'm like, I'm never inviting 410s over here again. Like, why would I want to deal with all that? I'll pay $1,000 to the 305s and get just as many. I'll get 15, 16 of them,
Yeah.
and we'll just do that next time. you
Yeah, I
know?
mean, I've heard that thing, the same thing with West Memphis. It's like a lot of the fans, they don't know the difference between that
Yeah.
305 and that 410. They see the same car,
And
and I can pay them 305s a lot less than I do them 410s. You
And
know?
it's,
telling you,
it's sucking.
Keith driving a 305. If there was like 4 Keiths out there, it'd be just as good a show
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
as a 410 show would be.
And so
Well, I
now-
mean,
the only problem is
the
there's only
305
one,
race,
so he's
the
running.
305 race a few weeks ago was
It
good.
was really good.
I mean, it wasn't 10 of them, but it was still good.
You know, and it sucks for us that this kind of happened because that's another track for me to go run 410s out. Like Peanut and you know our team, we can't go off
Yeah.
5-6 hours. We're kind
Yeah.
of stuck in. We're in this. Not want to say stuck, but we're in this radius where he's 81. He don't want to go
Yeah.
7-8 hours to go race.
Yeah.
He wants to go race and then come back home that night.
I don't
So
blame him.
it just kind of sucks that I hope it's not the last one. I hope it's not the last one, but I appreciate them putting the event on it. I didn't get in bed till 3 a.m. That kind of sucked too. That's another thing I'll add to the list of complaints. Was getting home at 2 a.m. and getting in bed at 3 a.m. and dragging ass all day today.
Well,
But
that's the part where I'll
8 classes
look.
on
You
a
haven't put
Sunday
anybody
night.
on the board yet, so you need to put somebody on the board. You gotta put Benton Speedway on the board for having 8 classes.
I mean, yeah,
Come on.
Benton had some issues with their event. There's no doubt about it. Like there's a lot of things they could clean up.
Well, it wasn't perfect.
Did you mention that they were rained on Saturday, so they moved it to Sunday?
I think it's at
Yeah,
the beginning.
they
yeah.
were doing everything
Okay.
they could to get the show in.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so,
mean,
you know.
they put on a show.
You
And
win
another,
and you lose a little bit right there.
and another thing I didn't love either was it was $45 pit pass, which I'm not saying, hey, you got to make money. I know Will complained about pit passes and all that stuff a couple weeks ago, but $45 is like a
That you didn't pay.
is like an outlaw show.
You paid for one. Anyway,
We're not getting into
you
that.
know, which I mean, I guess I guess trying to make money on the back gate, which I don't love about local racing now. Because I mean, the stands didn't have many people, which I kind of expected with the wind blowing 20 miles an hour and being chillier and
Yeah.
Sunday and all those things.
Yeah.
Which, I understand the track's got to make money. I get it, but it's
Yeah, I
It's
can
just
imagine
tough.
nobody was there at 1 a.m. to watch the last feature. They were all
no.
went home and
After
went
the
to bed to get
super-
ready for work.
after the super late models were over with. It pretty much had about 5-6 people left up there.
Yeah.
And
And that was the families of the people racing on the track. Probably
Yeah.
that's what was left.
And so, and I try to like put myself into the track shoes. I don't think the track opens up wanting to piss people off.
Well,
you know?
no.
No.
So I try to put myself in their shoes. Like they're making the best calls they can make. They're not over there to screw you over. They're not there to make a big fuss about things. So I don't know. I just don't get bent out of shape anymore. I just don't. Like I guess maybe I go to race to have fun, and if it ain't fun, then what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's that you're hearing two. Maybe it's. I know my attitude has changed since we've started to listen to two perspectives, and working with Riverside kind of gives us an insight into
Yes,
exactly
I
what's
agree.
going on a Saturday or on any night that a show's run, and the cost,
Oh, yeah.
the risk that's out there to run it. I mean, if you're doing it for a living, you have to make a check to pay your own home bills.
Yeah.
But if the track can't pay their bills, so, I
Yeah.
mean, and $45 is a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to get a pit pass, but
It just I don't know. It just seemed like a
I don't know.
lot. It just seemed like a lot of animosity for no reason. Like this isn't Knoxville Nationals.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't
yeah, it's $2,500
this
show
isn't
on a Sunday
Kings.
night.
This isn't Kings Royal.
We're starting pays
Yeah.
200.
Yeah.
It's not.
know.
It wasn't even the Queen's Royal.
It's like I'm just I don't know. Maybe because I don't own the stuff, but like I'm just super thankful and blessed to be racing, and like
Yeah.
I just want to go have fun, and I don't get crazy about getting crashed or somebody crashing me, or if I mess up, or I
I
don't
don't
know.
know, Brad. I get
You
pretty
know what
pissed
I
if I have
always
to come
say?
home and fix
You know what I
something.
always say?
I get it. That's what I'm saying. I get it.
If
I
you're worried about
understand.
crashing, you better start fender
It's
racing.
like I
for real.
understand, but I don't know. I don't know. I just gotten so calm the last
It's your old age.
two. I guess so. I mean,
Sure,
that's
as a
got to be
kid.
what it is.
Got
as a
AARP
kid.
yet?
Because I mean, because 10 years ago, like I would be just on Facebook, acting a fool, running around the pits with my hair on fire,
Putting
like,
people on the board.
yeah,
I
putting
mean,
people on the board. Oh, definitely be putting people on the board.
Calling children out, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, I would be on the board. I'd be on Facebook. Like, I'd be involved in all that. Now I'm just kind of like, man,
So it's
I
kind of
really wish, could we pull up Brad's Instagram from like 10 years ago? Because I remember a time when Brad would put up some pretty cool posts.
I think that's probably Facebook because I've seen some Facebook memories pop up and I
I
automatically
thought it was
delete them.
Instagram. There was that one of you were sitting in the holler or something, and you just had your street clothes
That
on. And
probably was
I
on
don't remember what you
Instagram.
said,
Yeah.
but then
That was on
it pops and
Instagram.
you got your suit on, and then Corey Bailey's walking behind you with like a t-shirt, one
That
of your
was-
t-shirts or something. You know what I'm talking about?
That was when they were put the bounty. They put the bounty on me at Crawley's Ridge, and I like try to do like a boxer entrance. Like I used to, That's why everybody hated me back then because I was like this little cocky little shit. Like, but I think back, like, who was I? I wasn't nobody.
Yeah.
You know, I'm walking around like, oh, I'm the shit here or whatever. Like,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was one of those people because I thought
There's been a lot of people, yeah.
son of a gun. I thought
been a lot of
who is
people
he?
like have thought that and like get to see me outside of the racetrack or whatever. Like, oh, you're not a jerk off or whatever. It's like, I don't know. I used to get on Facebook and just talk stupid stuff. And
Yeah.
I've had Facebook memories pop up and I'm like, oh, delete that one. Delete that one forever. I don't want nobody to see that.
Now that I've gotten to know you, like years later, and I look at it now, I was like, he was just doing that to piss people off. He was just sitting there just
I was
poking
being Beau back in the day.
Yeah.
I was being Beau.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
like,
good way to put it.
Yeah.
Well, it was. I mean, you was about the same age.
Probably. Yeah.
I mean, you was
right
about
that
30.
time.
You know,
Yep.
something like that.
About 24 to 28, I was a wild man on the Facebook post and in the comment sections. And
Winning every dead gum
I was-
race in
I
sight
was
at
ready-
Riverside too.
I was ready to get in fights in all the comments. Like, I got all day. What are we doing? Let's argue about this. Now today I got on the Benton's chat and I typed up posts and I was like, oh, screw that. I don't want to deal with that. I got to defend them. Type it up. I was like, screw that. I'm not getting in there. I got to work today. I just won last night. I'm not trying to get involved in all this.
Yeah.
And so I can't do it anymore.
So it sounds to me like though there was mass miscommunication with which it sounds to me like the track did what they were supposed to do. They put everything out on the socials as far as the payout goes, and they're telling y'all over the receivers to go to the scales. They said it at the drivers' meeting, so it sounds to me like they did all that right. I think as far as the restarts go, they need to have a cone. That would fix that problem.
Or they
Listen,
just need.
I told
they just need to
you-
be clear on not having.
I told you, sprint car racers, we have to have structure because we will try to take any little inch that we can get.
You're right.
Like we talked about double file restarts. Zach Campton, he does the Chase Howard. Let's get 6 before we get going.
Yeah.
Like sprint car races, we have to have structure. If we don't, we try to take it. We try to get up on here. I'm gonna try to get right up on him. I'm gonna tap him before we get going. You know, if you have a cone out there, hey, get behind me and just quit being an idiot back there. You know.
Yeah.
And that's what I've always said. When we don't have a cone, I'm like, something crazy is going to happen tonight. And it usually does because we have to have structure because we're just trying to get every little inch that we can always.
I don't know. I'm still for double
I
file
hate
restarts.
double file
If
restarts.
you get to pick, I've only run one
I
race
agree.
and like that, and it was at Benton for a Power Eye show. Was that last year?
Probably.
I think it was last year,
Is
something
they-
like that. And it was double file restarts,
You
but
talking
you
about,
got
like,
to
you talking
pick.
about the choose cone?
Yeah,
I
we had
do
a choose
like that.
cone.
I don't hate that.
Yeah, that I liked because, and not to point out Marshall, but Marshall was usually bad about, well, if I'd have been here, if I'd had another lap, he was one of those guys. And it kind of takes that out. It's like, well, if I'd restarted on the top or if I'd been on the bottom, you know, it takes that out of it. It puts that decision
I like
in your
it.
hands.
I think it just makes it. I think it's a little bit more racy. You got to
Mhm.
be a little bit better. I mean, you got to have position to choose your advantage, but then you have to back up what you pick.
What you picked, yeah.
So I mean, if you choose the bottom, you chose it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, if you go down there and lose like 6 spots, that's kind of on you.
Yep.
You chose it.
Yep, that's it.
But-
it ain't a. I got stuck here.
But if the top's dominant, but that's what makes it interesting though, because if it's top dominant, and you got 3 guys that pick the top, well, you can sneak up there and you might could slip in front
You
of one
might
of them or
could.
2 of them.
Yep.
You know, so like that's what makes it interesting. That's
Yep.
what makes it fun.
I like it.
I
I
do
like
too. I
And
do
it does
too.
get crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's racing.
So it sounds to me like everybody
I
needs to get off of Riverside so much
Well,
because it
I just
happens
hope
everywhere.
Everybody needs to get
Can't-
off of Benton too, apparently,
tell you,
because
yeah,
the
for real.
drivers
I'll
are
tell
in
you,
the
if
wrong.
if I
sounds like.
owned Benton Speedway, I would woke up this morning and been like, "Sorry guys, we're closed forever because I am
No,
never
you're just
doing that
not
again."
inviting sprint cars back
Right.
again, or
Oh.
at least bring the 305s back, but you're not having the 410s back.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
And
just
just-
fender
But
racing
hang on,
from now on.
but the Power Eye shows, like I don't remember having any trouble with the Power Eye race. You know what I mean? But it was also a sanctioned event.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
that's what
was it-
a couple of folks said. Is like that we know we won't be back unless it's sanctioned and stuff like that. But
Everybody won't be back. What is the deal with all these people that won't be? We won't be back.
And then they-
Suck it up.
and then
Grow
they-
a
and then they
pair.
come
I know I've never. That's what I'm
Golly.
saying. I've never.
And then they
gotten-
come back in somebody else's car.
I was like, I've never.
I
don't know who that was, but you know who you are.
Does he eat Scooby snacks?
Eat Scooby
Yeah, I
snacks.
just- I've never just gotten to that where I'm like, I'm never coming back to this place.
I mean, how bad does it have to
I've
be?
done it one time. I did it one time, and it was Farmington, and
And
it
look
was
at you, you've been there like 15 more times.
no. I think I've only been there twice. Let's see, both Queens Royals, and I may have run one weekly show there, so maybe 3 times. But that was in like 2016, and they threw me out. And I don't. I mean, I probably shouldn't get all up deep into that. That happened years ago. But like, I did, I slid for the lead, and me and the guy, I hit him in the left front. He spun, and I cannot remember who it was. It may have been Gage Montgomery, whoever was like super dominant at Farmington at the time.
Well, his dad, Tim, was pretty dominant back in those
Was it?
days.
It was a Montgomery,
probably
I think.
Tim. Probably Tim Montgomery.
Okay, well, he was killing them apparently, and him and the dude in second got crossed up. And when they did, I just slid both of them, and I come up and I hit him. He spun. They black flagged me and threw me off the racetrack. And
That happened to me at Greenville. I went to lap Nick Woosley, and there's another car here, and I split him. I hit him in the right front, and he spun in the infield. And they put me to the back. That was in my younger days, and I dressed down the flagman in a pretty disrespectful way that I still feel shame about today. When I think about it, I'm like, God, that was terrible.
Well, I went and found an official. I'm like, why did y'all black flag me? Like, I didn't hit that guy on purpose. It was a slide job gone wrong, but I didn't hit him on purpose. And he's like, oh, don't take it up with me. Take it up with them. And he pointed to the tower. So I walked to the tower. This was the day I learned don't go to the tower.
Yep.
Because they had police there to escort me back to the trailer and kick me off the property. So I left. I said, I ain't going back. If y'all are that dramatic over something that silly, then I won't come back.
Well, you say that, but then you see how these people go up and
They've
talk
also
to
had like
folks.
4 different owners since then too.
Yeah.
Well, you go up and see how people talk to folks. Race car drivers do no wrong, and it's always the track's fault. So they go and tell everybody. I mean, I don't blame them for having cops waiting.
Yeah. I mean, hey,
I
I mean, you probably not a bad idea to have some at West Memphis. Which I've seen them come in there quite a bit. You know, break stuff up. Usually it's over there with them night boys.
yeah.
It's usually
Stock cars.
yeah, it's usually stuff over there on the other side, on the dark side. But
You know. that's where the
anything
longevity
else,
is, man.
golly, Bill, that
Well,
was a
I
lot.
appreciate you, Benton Speedway. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course you do.
Yep.
Of course you do. You're the only one that was happy. I think you're the only one that walked away happy at
man.
all.
It does feel good to like not be in the middle of all that.
Yeah.
You know, like I was like, man,
Yeah, you get to count the money.
I slept
You get to watch
good.
all the fun on Facebook. You're not a
Yeah.
part of any of it. You know.
I was like, just keep my nose clean here.
Yeah. God, is that everything?
Yeah, pretty much.
So you're done talking.
I think that's
Yeah,
Because that's pretty
exciting.
much
an hour and
it.
a half later of
Dude, I
Benton
mean,
drama.
that took what time? It was almost an hour. It's been
Yeah.
almost just an hour just on Benton. And I had like
Mhm.
other things to get to. Golly, Bill. I wanted to give a quick shout out to, and I know you do too. Cody Gardner won Friday night at Trophy Cup.
yeah, that was awesome.
That was massive. I was tickled to death to see that. Had a local guy go over there, Cali, and tear him up.
I called him. I
and
called
really
him. On,
tore him up.
Yeah.
He put on a show.
I called him on Saturday, and I said, when you got out front there, you was going in the corner, and you was kind of on the brakes hard. They were sparking a lot. And Kobe Copeland showed him the nose one time, and I said, the next corner there was no spark. He just ripped at that. He's like, yeah. He said, I had to get going after that.
Oh, he got going.
Yeah. He was talking about in his interview, and I'm glad somebody from here went. I've never considered even making that trip. but it's and Cody, and if I had to pick somebody out of the group, he'd be one of them to go over there and run that track
Oh,
because
yeah.
it was right up his alley.
Mhm.
I mean, you think about Riverside being the way it is, hooked up rough a lot
On
of
the
times on the
wall,
wall.
yeah.
That is up his alley, and that is exactly the way that Tulare is. And so it felt like home to him. So I was tickled to death to see him go over there and show out like he did. I hate they didn't have the same thing to back it up on Saturday. I mean, it's still in A main, but still,
I mean,
that was a big deal.
I love seeing there's Facebook post out there like, respectfully, who is Cody Gardner? And then the whole comment section was like, a badass. Who are you? What do you do? Like, they were just attacking this person.
Sitting on your couch eating chips right now as you write this.
They were killing this man for
Yeah.
saying that. Like, he was like, whoa, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome to have a guy from around here go represent our area and do it really well. So that was
Yeah.
awesome. I was happy for Dustin and Cody. So
Yeah, an
that was
older
pretty
guy. He's been
awesome.
around a long time. I mean, he was racing long before I was. I mean, I watched him race at I-30 a lot. He was a problem at I-30. He was always fast.
Oh yeah.
You know. So, but yeah, that really tickled me to death to see him go over and do that.
I was super happy for those
Me
guys.
too. Me too. I wanted to bring this up too. Did y'all see the text exchange between Shane Stewart and this Kim Randolph? Did you see that?
I didn't see that.
Y'all haven't
see it
seen
either.
this?
Mm-mm.
So apparently, Shane Stewart owns Port City.
Right.
He owns the micro speedway over there. What is it? Is it 44 Raceway or is it called Port City? I don't even know.
Port City.
It is Port
Yeah.
City.
Mhm.
So apparently he sends this text to this mom, and I learned this past week you don't piss off moms. But he texts this lady and says, "Man, Jace has just turned into a little POS. I'm sure it's hard as a parent to watch your kid become that person."
Oh my goodness.
Shane Stewart sent that to somebody.
Shane Stewart sent that to this woman.
Damn.
Now I tried to find him, and y'all have got my race pass, and somebody in the comments might can find this. I looked up my race pass if you want to read it, but you can read what she said too. I think he's 24 years old. He was running a non-wing class that I could find, and he's like 24 years old. When I read that, I thought, man, is this kid like 10 years old or 12 years old? Like, I didn't know how old he was.
I think I have a good idea who he's talking about.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know that that's right.
If I had to guess, taking a guess here, I think he's talking about Cannon McIntosh's brother, Chase McIntosh. Pretty sure that's who he's talking about.
Well, the way I understood it, it's
Oh no, I take
Kim-
that back.
Kim-
You
it's
told me. You
Kim
told me it was-
Randolph.
Okay, never mind.
is her name.
Cancel that.
Yeah, Kim Randolph. Yeah.
Cancel everything I said.
Yeah, so they're out there in Oklahoma running at Port City, and it was her kid. And I was trying to find like pictures and stuff to see. Like I don't think he's.
You should have put your wife on that.
Yeah,
Or
Caden would have done a
put
lot better.
Facebook sleuth on it.
Yeah, Caden would have done a lot better job.
One of
And-
our wives could have
and
found
people,
out.
y'all you can go do your own research. That blew my mind. Like last week, I'm the guy that hates children, and I'm just absolutely ripping this kid apart with something I said. It was it was nothing. I went back and listened to it. And I'm like, this is nothing. So like, if you think I'm remotely hard on somebody, I'm just prepping you for what could possibly come your way. Because if Shane Stewart
Brandon's trying to run his defense right now.
text your parents this, like, you think what I said was bad, this is awful. I mean, I couldn't imagine.
When you accidentally hit add friend when you're trying to creep on.
Oops. Could you imagine Pat Bowden getting a message like that?
Oh God.
Oh my goodness. Or Sandy.
You will be safe in no part of these countries. She
No.
will hunt you down.
It was funny. She had posted like a bunch of shirts that she had of Shane's for sale. And then she said, update. Basically, I'm not wasting time or money to meet or deliver these to anybody. I'm just throwing them away. So she just throwed them away.
Yeah, this
That's hilarious.
this suit looks like it might say Jace Randolph.
Yeah,
can't
I
really
don't know.
tell.
I don't know.
I sure missed that one.
It just, the fact that it was Shane Stewart is why I wanted to bring it up, because it just kind of caught me off guard. I thought, wow, I cannot believe that he actually said that to somebody.
It's pretty crazy.
Talking about-
Imagine what actually went down, though.
So
somebody
that's-
needs to find out what went down to cause this message to be sent. 'Cause
Yeah.
it had to be. Can you? Oh man, it had to be.
Well,
bad.
I said this when I brought this up to Caden today. Your mom said, you know it. When I brought this up to
There we
Caden,
go.
I was like, what did the kid do though? Like, what did
He looks
what
a lot.
did he do?
He looks
He-
a lot older now.
I'm not.
I'm sure
I
he
want-
likes
Okay,
the
that
kid.
could be
I've
him.
learned in the past 18, 19 weeks, I ain't taking no side until
Until
I
I
hear
know.
both sides.
I
of
was
the
gonna
story.
say he might be right. You know, he could be in the right. You know, I'm curious. I'm really curious to know like what
Yeah.
happened.
Somebody find out if you got a connection.
That's why I'm
somebody
putting it
find
out there.
and let us know.
I want to see some video.
Were you
I wanna
already
know what
friends with him,
happened.
or did you just add him because of this?
Am I friends with him?
Yeah,
I didn't think I was friends with
yeah,
him.
you're friends with him.
Boy, I can tell you how much research I did today.
Yeah, Brandon didn't do jack. He said he was prepared. He's just throwing out some
Well,
headlines. He's trying to get the clickbait
I'm like
out.
y'all. I do have to work too. Like I'm not just sitting here studying for the podcast all day long. But nah, I'm not gonna worry about it too much right now. But
That's
yeah,
crazy,
yeah, I am friends with him. I don't know if that's the same guy or not though, because that's a picture of a sprint car, not a
Yeah.
micro. But I guess he could
Probably.
race both.
They're from Oklahoma too, so
Yeah,
it's gotta
it could be
his.
him. But I'm real curious to know what that was
That's
about.
crazy.
You got look. You're the one with all the connections, Mr. Outlaw. I'm followed by TSR. But go ask somebody. You know,
I could probably ask Snow.
Snow. Who's Snow?
You know, so I'm sure you know Snow. Snow Gideons.
Oh no, I don't guess I know who that is.
Yeah, you know him. Guarantee you know him.
Well, I'm not good with names. I'm good with faces, and that's about it. Because usually, and I don't mind saying this, but like usually if you come up to me and you
Snow
like,
has the bench racing.
oh yeah, okay, yeah. But if you come up to me and you're like, "Hey, Brendan, how you doing?" You know, I'm like, "Hey, man, how
Kinda
are
like-
you?" Because
kinda
I
like
don't know.
What
your
car
name.
do you drive?
Yeah. What? Oh, that's the car you drive.
Kind of
Okay.
like the Chaz did you.
Yeah.
Who are
yeah,
you?
Yeah. Chaz comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, man,
Who are you?
Yeah. It's like you had a whole freaking thing about me on YouTube
Oh,
like a year
man.
ago, and you don't know who I am. But yeah, no, I thought that was interesting, and
pretty
I
wild.
thought, man, I'd like to know like what happened if there
Yeah,
was
somebody hook us
video.
up with some info on that.
Yeah, because that was interesting. Let's see. We got all the big stuff, like the national stuff. If y'all want to bring it up, I know we've been talking a while. We can go through it real fast. Brad Sweet retires
Yeah,
full time racing.
Craziest thing I've heard.
Yeah,
Only 39 years old.
yeah.
I'll be 39 next year.
I didn't think it was that crazy after. I mean, he's been making off-track moves
Oh yeah.
for the past
It's
2-3
definitely been
years.
building
It's been
up.
pretty substantial.
It's just crazy. The age is what's
yeah.
crazy to me about it is.
Well, what's crazy is his age and what he's accomplished,
Oh
and
yeah.
then in the short amount of time, if you really think about it. So he's not even 40 yet, and
Mm.
he's won
Now,
everything.
you think there's been what 6 guys kicked out, or not kicked out, but put out of cars this year because of accidents? Is it 6?
I don't know.
Yeah,
This
that's.
is
I
terrible.
think that
It's a
played.
lot.
I think that played a pretty big factor in it too.
And he got kids. At
He got
home and
hurt
everything?
earlier this year at Eldora, and he told Jeremy Elliott that was kind of a deciding factor in it, having a family now and all these businesses going on and things like that.
Yeah, he's got a lot more to think about.
Yeah, played a big
I'm
factor.
with you.
in all that.
I freaking get it. Peevely got my attention, boy.
Yeah.
I mean, it will.
Take
It'll
a
do it.
lick. It'll put some perspective in it,
Yeah,
that's for
and
sure.
I mean, 10 people got injured. 10 people got injured at Eldora. You know, and we've had people get. Beau needs to put himself on board for making up what I said, taking my
For
seat.
what?
Is he the one liking it? Because I think I saw him say something about liking the post or something. Or did you tell everybody to do that?
Yeah.
I've been seeing the little hearts pop up. Nobody ever does that.
Well, I also told people to thumbs up the video.
Yeah, we
And I
need.
called them out whenever they voted. 19 of them voted yes, and I was like,
Yeah.
numbers aren't numbering.
Yeah, well, there's only one thumb up, and that was me.
Well, there's 8.
I do
Oh,
think
you
we
got
have.
8?
I do think we have video of Ronnie saying that he'll never be back to Riverside, though. And then I think we have proof that he listed both of his 305s for sale and said he was never bringing them back to Riverside.
Didn't he say that on the podcast?
I think he did.
Said
We can
it
go
on the
back and
podcast.
find the clips, Ronnie, and cut them.
Hey,
I mean, I'm just picking on you because I want to see you back at Riverside.
hey,
so
Will.
come on.
Pull up that clip.
But
hey,
but yeah, no, I think we got pretty good proof as That's
I'm
what
just
you
kidding.
actually
You don't have to
said.
do that right now.
We'll post them on Facebook later this week.
But yeah, so that
Tag in 'em.
So that was crazy. That did kind of catch me off guard. I didn't know that was coming this soon. I did see in the press release, KKR said that they look forward to competing for more national championships. Did you notice that?
It's gonna be Dason Pursley.
You think it will be Pursley? What makes you think
Him
that?
and it's gonna be Dason Pursley, and they're having a trouble finding a crew chief.
Really?
That's what Dirt Trackers hinted about. And usually when he hints, he's basically telling you that's what it is. So yeah,
Gotcha.
he's going to be going to that deal.
That makes you
It's
happy,
my
doesn't
favorite
it?
driver.
Makes you
It'd
happy.
be
doesn't
interesting to see what he can do.
it? I know what to get you for Christmas.
Next
I'll
up,
get you a 49 shirt that says Dason Pursley on it.
Wait till something cool comes out. Don't just get the.
You're gonna be doing like
Something on
that
the
lady. You're gonna be burning them t-shirts, throwing them away.
I'd wear a Pursley shirt.
Would
I ain't
you?
mad at it. Yeah.
Okay.
I
All right.
would.
All right. Well, you wear that, and he's gonna wear some Kyle Larson Crocs. Spencer Basin goes to the 17 car for Stenhouse Marshall.
Why are people
and,
upset about that?
You know, and
I mean,
maybe it's because of his ride, but I mean, he really hasn't showed out in
When
the
he got
time
out-
that he's been on the national tour.
when he got out
national
when he
scene.
got out of the 14 car, he looked way better.
Yeah.
And Kyle Pruitt has looked really. Sheldon's looked a whole lot better when Kyle Pruitt got in there. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see Kyle Pruitt if he can get Baston rolling pretty fast. I didn't think Sheldon would be as fast as he's been and win a race with Kyle Pruitt.
Yeah.
they,
He has been.
they synced up pretty well together.
Well,
so.
they
kind of like they
s-
turned around, like
yeah.
they turned the corner.
Yeah, they got better, honestly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they've turned it around. I know that makes what was it? What was the crew chief?
Ripper.
Ripper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes him look.
But he
good.
was helping Emerson Axum at Angel Park. Emerson Axum finished second, so
Yeah.
they're both good.
Yep.
Just-
Rico wins the high limit championship. Shocker. Something else I wanted to bring up too is we're getting close to the end of the year, and we were talking amongst ourselves. Me and Beau were talking on the phone last night too about this. We want to know who would you guys want us to interview, because you know all the on track stuff's about to come to a close here locally.
Yep.
More stuff will be happening, and we can talk about other things. But I'm down to interview, anybody. So if there's specifically anybody that y'all would want to see interviewed, like let us know. Message us. I mean, get in the comments. Like get in the comments below, and like let us know who would you want
Yep.
us to interview.
Well, we really appreciate all the people that have interacted with us locally. I mean, y'all are kind of what's kind of giving us a little kick in the pants, y'all's interaction and y'all's viewership. So we want to know, I mean, if there's people, old heads that have been in the game for a long time that, or Riverside legends, people that have been around, people that pique your interest. If anybody that you want local, we probably have a connection to them and can try to get them on. We really want to give.
I really want to
give
have
back and
I
make
really
those
want to have
connections.
Brian Bell come in here. We had a fun conversation when I went to FSR a month or so ago, and he'd be a real good one to have.
Yeah. We'll definitely
Marshall,
get him.
Derek. I mean, I think there's a lot of them that I'd like to talk to, interview, and just kind of try. Look, I love Lynn Neal. Lynn Neal would be another one I think be fun to have in here. But like Lynn, and we've talked about this too before. Like on Lynn's radio show, you can't get all the details. It's nice to come in here and you can kind of relax and tell the whole story. We can go into details. We can go down any road you want to go. And
Well, there's a
have
new
fun with it.
generation coming in, and I think it's important that we bridge that gap. And we're so busy all the time. Even us, we don't stay around the track to hang out. Once we're done racing, we pack up, we clean up, and we're heading out.
especially if it's 1 a.m., we go
Yeah,
into the house.
and I mean it'd be
But,
good to have those have people that have been around it for a long time come in and give their perspective or whatever. It'd be cool to have them in. And
Conrad
hear
came
about
up
it.
to me at Benton last night. He said, "I come down there to tell you congratulations last weekend." It's like, "But you was already gone." I was like, "Yeah, we don't shut the track down anymore like we used to. We get out of there."
That's your age showing, huh?
Well, and 7 months pregnant wife being
That
there
too,
too. She's
yep.
ready to roll when
Yeah.
it's over with.
Yeah, she's
so.
ready to go after hot laps, probably. Perky told me to bring this up, and we got to get you two started on this. The upcoming iRacing
yeah.
Sim League. So, like, if you're listening to this, if you have iRacing or you wanted to get in iRacing, we're going to have a sim racing league here locally. All the locals can get in. And I didn't write down what all the classes was, but They're gonna have late models, street stocks, the mini sprints, 305s, 360s, all that stuff. We're gonna race all that stuff at Fairbury on there. So that's gonna be like West Memphis. So I think that'll be fun to do. They're gonna have them on Sunday nights at 7:30, if I'm not mistaken. So like as soon as church is over on every other Sunday, I'm gonna have to get to the house so I can get in the race.
I'll have plenty of time. Church gets over about 6:30. So.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I should have some time. But anyway, I'm gonna leave church and get there. Make sure I can get there to that. And then one last thing that I had to make sure I bring up is my wife is releasing a book before the end of the year, and she's real excited about it. I'm excited about it. She's an excellent writer. I've read some of the things she's done, and I haven't read her book. I kind of want to get the hard copy in my hand and read it. And it's going to be crazy to think that I'm holding something like this whole book that she wrote. But if any of you guys out there listening, like if your wife read like the ACOTAR stuff or whatever, that was like a big deal going around.
Nope.
Well, your wife read some of it.
So,
anyway,
about it.
But yeah, so if you have wives out there that like to read, she's going to put this out. The plan is to put it out before Christmas, so it'd be a good gift to get your wife.
Yep. And we will be having a giveaway of some sort. We'll put that in there. Somebody will win something. We'll get a little swag pack with it.
Yeah, I didn't know we were doing that.
We're doing that.
Okay, you're okay.
But it's going to be a little bit. That's probably going to be at the beginning of next year,
Yeah.
next season when we start rolling back out for 26 and getting things in line. We'll put a little something together, and that'll be in there. So something to be looking for.
Be sure you guys put in the comments below who you guys would like to see us interview. We'd like to start putting something together for that. I'll put in the comments below Caden's TikTok, because she's going to be talking about her book. She's going to be doing some lives, and I want you guys to go follow her and see her progression with that. That's all I got, boys.
That's all you got? Well, I guess we can end it then.
We done? You done?
No, we're not done. We got to bring out the board, baby. Y'all thought we were going to end it without it?
Yeah. Would y'all quit talking about this boring stuff?
Got two names on the board tonight. Kelsey Hall and Brandon Hanks. We'll start with Brandon, man, because it's ridiculous. We get on here on a Monday night and racing finishes up on Saturday, and he thinks he can throw a bunch of kids on the board that are just trying to learn how to race, man.
Oh, right.
Golly.
Screw me.
Hating on the kids. It's been all over Facebook, or I guess in the
Screw me.
beginning of the week, it was all over Facebook. Brandon hates kids.
Brandon
Apparently.
Gravel over here.
Apparently.
Yep. If you're slow,
Oh.
get off the track. Brandon,
Please. I still
You
stand
are
by
the
it.
problem.
Get off the
I
track.
still stand by it.
I don't,
Write me down times 50.
I don't want you to ever learn. If you get out there and make 2 laps, you pull in, all right?
well, we're giving you a hard time for it. And y'all might think Kelsey's getting on there for all her comments she had on Facebook, but she's not. I mean, she was right. Brandon's a child hater, and somebody needed to call him out. Somebody needed to call him out. So, Kelsey, we appreciate you getting at us that way. But look,
The only thing I'll push back on in the comments that I've seen that she put out there was kind of that we don't support the track. It's like I have a dream I wanted to chase too. I went and ran 410 sprint cars this year, so I didn't get to get over there as much as I wanted to. We got some rain outs and stuff, but anytime I wasn't racing, I went over there. I supported the track. That's the only thing I'll push back on.
well, anybody that says we don't support the track is ignorant.
They sure don't listen to us.
No, they don't
So
listen.
I'd go over there anytime I can, and I would support if I wasn't racing.
But look, Kelsey, let's get into
thought
the
you were
real
fixing to
reason
take
why
up
you're
for
on
me.
the board tonight.
No.
No,
I
Brandon,
appreciate
you're done.
it.
You're
no,
done,
I
dude.
thought maybe he was fixing to
No, I
point out
disagree.
the fact that she was basically telling me that like I sucked.
No,
And
dude,
I
you're
thought
done.
maybe
I
Brandon
mean,
was
look
fixing to
at
say
your
that.
record, man.
For this year. I mean, that gum.
Oh man, it was a lot
Thanks,
of
I
fun.
can count on you. I appreciate it.
It was a lot of
All
fun reading some of those comments. I won't lie. But look, Kelsey, you can't tease Dennis Bailey and not come through with it. Okay? I know, I mean, you're on the board because I really just want to pressure you into it. If you're going to say you're going to get Dennis Bailey on the track, on the dirt track, you need to do it because I don't think the guy can turn left unless there's a wall there.
Yeah.
I don't think he can.
So don't you think that's why all the cars are in the shop right now, tore up?
She said that all their cars are in the chassis shop.
Yeah.
There's got to be a reason for it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got some fast cars going a straight line, and I don't know. I'd like to see him turn left. So Kelsey, if you get back on, she said she was never going to listen to us again, but somebody tell Kelsey to come on and listen so that she can hear this challenge. I mean, the only way to get off the board, Kelsey, is to make sure that Dennis Bailey races. We got 2 races left in the season. Coming up,
Brandon's out there on the track. I don't want to be no part of it. Let's just let him have a grudge race. Let him have a grudge race.
All I'm saying is, if you line up next to Dennis Bailey, you want to be on the inside because he can't turn left. He's a straight line racer.
I'm just going to point out that my car owner has not called me all week, so I'm probably not driving that car again.
Yeah, no, probably not going to be there. But Kelsey, get Dennis on the track. We'd love to see him out there. That's the only way you can get off the board. So that's all I got.
Dennis versus Beau.
Dennis, I mean, shoot.
That's what Ronnie Howard says.
Let's get some stock cars, baby. I'll run him.
We need to find. We need a sponsor for Beau so that we can get him in a stock car. He has been talking about racing stock cars since the day I met him. He wants to race stock cars so bad. He's got the hairstyle for it.
I mean, Dylan Knight lives right down the road. He's been had on the show. Like, throw us the bone. We brought you in here. Let's get him in a Dylan Knight stock car. You got plenty of them down there.
All right. Well, we need Beth, Dylan, if y'all are listening, I know somebody that would love an opportunity to drive a stock car.
Well, we'll get around to it one of these days.
Oh, Christy Kirkman Beau race.
Ooh!
Yeah, I like that.
She beat me. She ended up beating me. Then she'd have 3 races on her record.
Dang.
All right, we got to get out of here after that one.
All right, guys. Well, drive fast, take chances, let her eat.
That's
See y'all
right.
next
Let her
time.
eat.